to meet voters where they are. At each of these campaign stops, the president will be reminding them of what they say the administration has done over the last 4 years. Publicly, the campaign appears bullish about their re-election chances. Privately, frustrations are simmering within his team.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. The U.S. Supreme Court hears a big case dealing with censorship today. Did the Biden administration cross a line by calling different opinions on topics like COVID-19 and the 2020 election disinformation? Chartered flight set up by the State Department carries dozens of U.S. citizens out of Haiti plagued by gang violence landing in Miami. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
All right, we're up.
Good morning. I'm Ray.
I'm Kelly Matt, and I'm Lee.
And I'll get all the microphones up here just a second. All right.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we're in for a call from Chris Miller because we were going to talk about the, first of all, a big old game this weekend. How about them apples? North Carolina State kicked some royal butt over the weekend and will take on 6th-ranked Texas Tech in the next round of competition. Congratulations to the Wolfpack. They came from a 1-point deficit at the end of the first half, but continued to put Carolina to shame. Final score, 84-76. Maybe we can get Chris to give us a call here right away, and we'll discuss it.
Calling now. Yeah, it is.
Your timing is impeccable. Hey, Chris, how are you?
Good morning. How's everybody doing this Monday morning?
We're hanging in here. So, great game weekend.
Yeah. You guys wanted me to call in and talk about the Wolfpack, the
Absolutely.
great run that they made, and congratulations to NC State and the NC State Wolfpack fans for winning 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC tournament. So, what a great run! That had never been done before in ACC tournament history, but it's been done once or twice in several other tournaments. But what a great run! And now they get to take part in March Madness this week.
Yeah, that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
I think the first up is Texas Tech. Is that right?
Yes, Texas Tech. So it'll be a 6 seed versus an 11 seed. So that's a game that NC State can win. I mean, they're now that they've gotten hot and they're playing some good basketball. They're going to go in that game pretty confident. And that's one thing about March Madness. This NCAA basketball tournament is that anybody can beat anybody. And, we've seen that, and it doesn't matter how good you are or what your record is. You can get hot and and pull up some upsets. Upsets.
Well, I'm just looking forward to another 1983.
Yeah, NC State people still remember that '83 game. They situation where they had to win the ACC to even advance to March Madness, and they did, and then they end up winning, pulling up some upsets in that tournament, in the big tournament, and winning it all. So the '83 team will always have a special place in Wolfpack fans' heart, but you got to give credit to that '74 NC State team, which is probably one of the best college basketball teams ever in the history. So NC State does have some history on its side.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was watching that '83 game that night, and I mean it was like Las Vegas, I think, 3 hours difference, and it was still going on at midnight or thereabouts. And I was up that late watching it, but I was thrilled to death.
Albuquerque. Yep,
Albuquerque.
That's where it was, and they beat Houston, the old Phi Slamma Jamma team at the Houston Cougars. So they beat them on a last second dunk. Everybody has seen the replay, but I'm sure some of those memories were resurfaced, and that's what makes this time of year. I think this is what separates March Madness from some of the other sports that is gonna, this team is gonna win or that team's gonna win. For March Madness, you don't know who's gonna win.
Yep, that's right. Just depends how well they're playing that night and how bad the other guy's playing that night.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So you better have your bracket pool ready, Rayford. Have your brackets ready, and it should be a fun next couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not one to follow the sports very much, except when somebody like State or whatever is moving fast, moving ahead. And even Carolina is, the state's not in the rankings or runnings. I'm pulling for Carolina. I mean, that's just the way it is with me.
Right.
It's a North Carolina team.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I think a
Agreed.
lot of times, some of the fans of all three, Duke, Carolina, NC State, maybe get a little too excited sometimes, and maybe let their emotions get to play. But yeah, it's pretty cool. When we have a team, whether it's NC State, Duke, North Carolina, Wake Forest, or even ECU, whenever our state teams do well, it's pretty exciting. It puts North Carolina on the map.
It sure does.
It really does. So it's pretty neat. Like I said, I think some of the fans get a little too excited, and that's fine. You want to be a fan, but we can also pat the fans on the other teams. We can pat their backs as well and tell them good job as well.
Absolutely. And, North Carolina's good because it's great, actually, because look at the number of really good basketball teams at the schools that we have here in North Carolina. Not every state has three powerhouses.
Oh, no, we don't. And there's been years where here at North Carolina where we've had maybe 4 or 5, 6 teams from North Carolina make March Madness.
Right.
I mean, you talk about UNCW, talk about Charlotte, you talk about some other Davidson University. We've had years where we've had a big representation of North Carolina in the tournament. So this year it's our big three: Duke, North Carolina, NC State. But I think they're gonna do well this week.
Yep, I'm pulling for them. Let's go, Wolfpack.
Amen.
Bring it on.
Tar Heels. But all North Carolina.
All right, hey Chris, thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Thanks
my
for
friend.
getting up nice and early to share this with us this morning.
No, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you. You guys keep up the good work.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you on Thursday.
Thank you. You got it. And Chris is the sports director for the Jacksonville Daily News. In case we
Yes.
didn't introduce
Does a
him. and
great
you haven't
job.
known it. Yes, he does a great job. But anyway. Oh, wow. So we had an interesting Saturday afternoon.
Yes, we did. It
Um,
was nice.
3 of us were present, but only 2 of us were on the air.
Yeah.
True.
One of them was hiding behind,
A judge's desk.
yeah, talking about it, the Angry Ginger, oh God, I'll never get this right. The Shamrock
Shamrock and Roll contest.
Shamrock and Roll Contest.
Right.
That's it. It's a
Right.
karaoke contest that started 6 weeks ago or so, whatever,
9 weeks ago.
9 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And you've been the judge, one of the judges in it.
Yes,
Do you
representing
guys-
the station
Do you
here.
guys always agree?
No.
Judges never always agree.
No, but that's all part of it. And when we disagree, it's not in a bad way. It's
Mm.
just like we, excuse me, we interject different opinions and stuff. And it's not easy, especially when we got to the top 20 last week and we had to cut that in half to top 10. It was hard because the talent was so good.
What I heard Saturday afternoon
Yes.
was good talent.
Yes, it was.
And one of the things, they sang 2 songs, right?
Right.
And the second song is one they pull out of a hat. Is that right?
It's in their genre, and yeah, they're just more or less pull it out.
It is in their genre?
Yeah, it's in their genre. The first song is their choice, and the second song, it was a song that they picked out of the genre that they like. So,
Huh.
but the competition, it was hard because we came to a deadlock at the end, and we argued back and forth, not in a bad way, but like, no, I'm staying with this because blah, 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 So we ended up having off with the top 3.
Really?
A sing off. Yes. We still didn't agree, but the majority ruled. And
So who won?
TK, and I don't have her last name. I asked for it. I haven't gotten the information yet. She was a late entry into the contest. And she only started like 3 weeks ago, got up there and sang a Whitney Houston song and had us all floored. And second place was a gentleman by the name of Silas, which I'll get all their last names and post it for everybody. Now, that young man, oh my gosh, he gives you goosebumps when he sings.
I met Silas.
Yes, you
on my
did. I
way in.
introduced you to Silas. And the third person was a young woman by the name of Jade.
Yes,
And you interviewed her
We
too.
did.
Yes.
we did. She was great.
Outstanding. But to watch some of the contestants grow in the 9 weeks, because we would critique them and give them our comments after they performed, and we say, look, you need to do this or that, and they brought it.
Look, remember when we were playing a song, so we could, us on the radio could freely
Yeah.
move around. I was watching. That kid jumped off that stage singing that Footloose song and twirled in midair. Impressive, because that stage is high up.
And
Yes.
EMS wasn't called.
Yes, and he was a very late entry. He was second to the last week entering, and he got up there, and he does a lot of musical theater at the college he attends, which we could tell. When he jumped off that stage, all I could picture in my mind was a WWE fight where they take somebody and throw them off stage
That's
into
what
the
it looked
table.
like. Yeah.
I thought he was going to come crashing through the table. I was like, whoa, but very impressive young man. Very
Anyway.
impressive.
It's good to have that kind of talent in the area.
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, good, and I'm glad Angry Ginger puts it on.
Oh, it's a fabulous event.
Mhm.
It's a lot of weeks involved in it, but you get to know a lot of the contestants, and you can you critique them and say, look, it's karaoke, but you need to learn your song. Don't be reading it off the monitor. And you'd be surprised. They'd come back the next week and they'd know the song by heart, but they were using it as a crutch,
Sure.
because they were nervous. And watching some of them grow just during those 9 weeks was amazing.
Yeah.
Kelly
Well-
knows because she used to
She's a judge too.
They
a
used to
judge
judge
too.
it,
Yeah. And
for
so there
quite a
was
few years.
maybe the night.
It's a
Well,
lot.
they're not going to ask me to judge because I can't.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm prejudiced
How are you prejudiced?
against everybody.
No, you're not.
I'm telling you, it's interesting.
I'm too critical.
I found in the past judging with Kelly, I can do that. With Robin, no. Because Robin will
Because
sit
Robin
there.
and Lee would act a fool. They'd
No.
be cutting up with each other, making faces.
He would be sitting across from me and,
Mhm.
and somebody that he thought maybe was not maybe up to par, and he'd make
there was
faces, and I'm like,
And then she would start laughing. So I don't watch her. I would look out. I just would never look at her because she'd make me start laughing.
But Robin, you can't judge with Robin. He's a
hoot and
comedian.
half, Yes.
He's such a comedian.
Just got a water pistol when he starts
Yeah.
that and you shoot him. in the
But I
face.
did enjoy my judges, Mickey Henderson,
Mhm.
who's a producer and a singer, and then Foxy Brown was the head judge, and she won in 2022.
Right, I remember her.
And prior to going to that, she had auditioned at the X Factor in front of Simon Cowell, Demi
really?
Lovato, and Britney Spears.
Oh, cool.
And they told her she needed some more time to develop, but to come back. But she's a fabulous singer.
Mhm.
Fabulous.
I remember her.
Yes, because you interviewed her the
I
year
did.
she won.
I certainly did.
Yes.
Okay, why don't we take a little bit of an early break? Come
Okay.
back because we got some bad news.
We got
to
some
deal
border
with.
news we need to talk
We got
about.
border
the
news.
latest.
We also got murders.
Yeah, what?
And we
Murder?
also have some murders.
Oh, yes.
So, of course, one of them up there in Pennsylvania is just,
Horrendous.
that's
Yes,
irritating.
yes.
you're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. We'll be right back with weather.
7.1.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Be the Life of the Party.
Okay, first turn the music off. Then ask for everyone's attention. Now, tell them that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Boom! Now everyone knows you're not just a pretty face. You have some brains inside that face that know how to save hundreds on home insurance. Woo!
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Feeling trapped with that old phone? Don't. Getting a new phone is easy. Come into Verizon and get one of our best phones on us with Select Trade-In on Unlimited Ultimate Plan and get a plan that helps you save by only paying for what you need. Act now and get a brand new phone at your Verizon store today. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line on Unlimited Ultimate Plan required. Less up to $1,000 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. Promo credit ends if eligibility requirements are no longer met. 0% APR. Trading conditions apply.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available, and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Local marine weather forecast. Northerly winds today, 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly 5 to 10 this afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Small craft advisory will go in effect from this evening through Tuesday morning. Tomorrow, northwesterly winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts to 30, becoming westerly around 15 knots in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6 feet, subsiding to 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Near shore seas 2 to 3, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers rough, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds 15 to 20 with gusts up to 25 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers are choppy.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 65. West winds 8 to 13 miles an hour with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, cloudy, low of 37. Winds 6 to 11, becoming northwest 12 to 17. And we could have some gusts tonight with 23 mile an hour gusts. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 56 with 20 mile an hour gusts. He's going to feel chilly.
What'd you do?
Tomorrow night, clear, low of 40. And on Wednesday, it kind of starts to creep a little bit back up. Sunny, high of 67, but very gusty with 25 mile an hour gusts. And that just means it's going to be blowing the pollen everywhere. That's basically what that means.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, sitting outside Saturday.
Yeah. We got our phones and equipment, everything got yellow very quickly.
Face up so I could see if anybody was doing anything. And I couldn't see it if they had.
Yep.
So
we were sneezing and coughing, and it's awful.
A series of murders and carjackings in two states over the weekend. 26-year-old Andre Gordon Jr. is accused of 3 murders in Pennsylvania and carjacking and weapons charges in New Jersey. Investigators say he killed his 52-year-old stepmother, Karen Gordon, his 13-year-old sister, Kara Gordon, and 25-year-old Taylor Daniel, the mother of his 2 children. He's also charged with having beaten Daniel's mother with an assault weapon. This all started at 8:40 when he carjacked a motorist and drove into Pennsylvania, where the mayhem began. After his crime spree there, he carjacked a second motorist and returned to New Jersey. Trenton police had cordoned off a house there, but Gordon apparently managed to slip away undetected. He was arrested about 5 p.m. walking unarmed along a street nearby. Up until this time, Gordon had only had minor interaction with police. Investigators are trying to come up with a motive. All this mess forced the cancellation of a St. Patrick's Day parade Saturday and shut down a Sesame Street-themed amusement park. A number of other businesses elected to close as well. In Pennsylvania's Bucks County issued a shelter-in-place order for some areas for several hours Saturday afternoon. This kind of stuff is getting to be a little bit ridiculous. What's wrong with people? He's got to be nuts.
I don't know, but it was all over the TV immediately about that. It's a very sad story.
Yes.
And they had a house surrounded for hours that they thought he was in. Turns out he wasn't even in it.
Yeah, he had come and gone by that time.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Could you imagine getting your car hijacked and the guy just stealing your car and then finding out he just murdered 3 people?
That's very sad. Yeah.
I was kind of wondering how the administration would be handling the report about a Haitian migrant flown into the United States last summer via President Biden's controversial CHNV parole program. He was flown into New York City directly from Haiti. Homeland Security has called the allegation of raping a 15-year-old disabled girl heinous. I guess that's the best they could do. 26-year-old Corey Alvarez was on a flight from Haiti directly into New York City. He's accused of raping the teenager at a Massachusetts hotel housing migrants last week. CHNV stands for Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The program allows up to 30,000 people from those 4 countries each month fly into the U.S. at our expense and be granted 2 years of humanitarian parole, which allows them to apply to work in the U.S. Administration officials have said these individuals are screened and vetted against national security and public safety databases. Do you think all of the stuff out of Haiti, Venezuela, Nicaragua, or Cuba is on a database?
No, they don't even keep records half the time.
Jeez. Anyone found to be a threat to national public safety is denied admission and removed. My question, how many have you done that to? How many have applied that you've turned down?
I would say none. And look what a threat he ended up being.
Individuals from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela who are paroled into the U.S. must have a U.S.-based financial supporter and are responsible for arranging their own travel. Administration officials are claiming they did not say who Alvarez's sponsor is. I would like to know that as well.
What do you mean responsible for arranging their travel?
Inside the United States. Once they get here, somebody else, the United States is not going to pay for it, supposedly.
I don't know if I believe that either.
It's hard to believe anything right now. The Plymouth County District Attorney's Office said Alvarez went before a Hingham District Court judge on Thursday and pleaded not guilty to a single count of aggravated rape of a child. Wow. 15-year-old disabled girl.
Yep.
Yes.
But he's a real model citizen, isn't he?
Yes.
That's the death penalty as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Well, I think what should be concerning to everybody is what happened at El Paso, Texas last week.
Let's talk about that.
22-year-old Lebanese illegal immigrant, Basil Ebadi, and I know I probably didn't pronounce either one of those names right.
Scumbag.
He was caught sneaking across the border. He admitted to the immigration agents, Border Patrol, that he was a member of Hezbollah. He had been a member of Hezbollah for 7 years, which means he was 15 when he was recruited. And he was an active member tasked with guarding weapons for 4 years out of that, for another 4 years prior to that. His training with the group focused on jihad and killing people that were not Muslim. And he said his destination was New York City. And once he got there, he'd already been trained in how to make bombs. And then
he's either a blowhard or he's the most dangerous individual that one of the most dangerous individuals we got walking our streets today.
Well, it gets
except he's been
better.
caught.
So he apparently told investigators he wanted to leave the group because he did not want to kill people. But he said, once you're in, you can never get out.
Pretty much.
Then he was put in isolation and referred to the Tactical Terrorism Response Team because he started making terroristic threats to personnel there. So his thing about I want to leave the group, I think, is just nonsense. Now, New York Post has obtained documents that say they mocked him for deportation, but it didn't say where they were deporting him to. I mean, he's from Lebanon originally. Now, this is what I say about our
He came
border.
across the southern border, right?
Yes.
We deport him to Mexico.
I think it's too close. Mexico's not going to keep an eye on him. No way. I'd say send him back to Lebanon, let him find his way back here again. And he will.
Who's going to pay for that one?
This is something I would support as a taxpayer, deporting every one of them.
Tattoo a bullseye on his forehead.
Mhm.
If he's ever seen in this country again, he's fair game for any citizen.
Well, here's the problem too that I think some groups are that are, complaining about the border. How they want to let everybody in. These are not, like I said last week, these are not just people that are escaping extreme poverty in Central and South America. Because I get why those people want to come. I understand. We've got terrorists have figured out fairly early in this game. This is a way to get into the country.
Sneak in with the good guys.
And we don't know how many have already came. And I mean, he even said it. He's part of a group. So, I mean, we don't know how many cells are already here planning. And if you don't think and see, these people are patient. They're not like some people that do things on whims.
They can wait for generations.
They
You got to
plan
understand
for
that.
years.
But it goes back to what Senator Tillis told us months and months ago, that they were coming in undetected.
Yep. And clearly planning. And, this is a problem. And I think that a lot of people that have been wanting the border closed, this is what they're saying. Not everybody is, anti, we don't want anybody in here. But I'm also advocate for, let's take care of our own people first. Let's get our homeless population under control. Let's get our mental illness situations under control. Let's get the fentanyl deaths stopped and, drug use in general stopped, and then worry about helping others.
There you go.
But these people that come across the border, they get more services by our country than our legal citizens do. And it's absolutely not how it should be at all.
I totally agree. The Metro Nashville Police Department in Tennessee said they found the bank card of a missing University of Missouri college student, Riley Strain, near the Cumberland River Sunday afternoon. A body was also reported to be floating down the Cumberland River about 1 p.m. on Sunday, but Nashville Fire Department officials said that body does not match Strain's description. He was last seen on March 8th. The search for him is continuing. A senior at the University of Missouri, he was last seen about 10 p.m. that evening walking along a street after drinking downtown with friends at country singer Luke Bryan's bar. Strain was reportedly kicked out of the bar. The last night he was seen alive after staff felt he had too much to drink. He told his friends he would walk back to the hotel only about 5 blocks away. Odd, because his friends have said Strain was served just one alcoholic drink and 2 waters. They got their receipts for that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, there's no way to know if he had drinks before he got to the bar.
Well, here's the other thing. When you're out with friends, I don't care what age you are, you never let somebody leave alone. That's just a friend rule.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody should have either walked them back or everyone left together. You just don't let one person leave. That's just a rule.
Absolutely. Police in Washington State say 2 people have been arrested in connection with the murder of a missing elderly man. I want you to listen to this story closely.
I know the story.
It's believed the man was poisoned with fentanyl by a pair who gained his trust through a dating app.
No.
Yep.
The Mercer Island Police released a statement saying that the 32-year-old Philip J. Brewer and 47-year-old Christina Hardy faced charges for the murder of 74-year-old Curtis England by using an elaborate scheme to defraud and then murder him. Police said that Brewer and Hardy are believed to have become acquainted with England several months ago and subsequently financially defrauded him. It's believed the two later violently confronted England at his home in the late evening hours of February 23rd and used his vehicle to leave the area that reported him missing. Police initially responded to England's and investigating his disappearance as a missing person case, with initial details unclear whether he left willingly or was taken. A silver alert was issued by the Washington State Patrol. Police detectives in King County Sheriff's Office search and rescue teams conducted a targeted search for England's remains following undisclosed clues. Police said the search area was determined using GPS location history from the couple's cell phone activity. During the following week, detectives compiled forensic evidence and determined the suspects left Washington State quickly after the victim was killed, and they fled south, rented different vehicles, and swapped out new cell phones to cover their paths. According to probable cause documents, Brewer and Hardy admitted to another person that they had injected England with fentanyl to kill him and then drove out to hide his body. However, at the dump site, the suspects realized England was still alive, so they stabbed him in the neck.
Oh, gosh.
Yep.
The medical examiner's officers determined that England died from a sharp force injury of the neck. Investigators said that Brewer used the dating app Scruff to gain England's trust. The documents stated that Brewer and England talked for about a week before their first date, quote unquote. According to court documents, England invited Brewer over for a movie, but he fell asleep. When England woke up, Brewer had reportedly disappeared along with his wallet, cell phone, house keys, car keys, driver's license, and social security card. Brewer and Hardy, as well as Hardy's son, tried to move into England's home, claiming that England was allowing them to stay at the house. The document stated the suspects also used the victim's phone to create alibis. Last week, the scoundrels were taken into police custody in California, are being held on $5 million bail, and will be extradited back to Washington to face homicide charges. Too bad they still don't have hanging as punishment for capital crimes in Washington.
Amen.
They did until just not that many years ago. Too bad.
A lot of meanness in the world.
Too bad. Dating, let's talk about that for a minute.
I've never heard of that site, Scruff.
Oh, I haven't either because I don't
Yeah,
go
look
looking.
that up.
But apps, first of all, I got issues with apps.
Right. Yes, you do.
I have serious issues. The only app that I can deal with is Simple Radio app,
Right.
period. That's because I've got that one honed in on us.
Right.
What are y'all doing? What are you thinking about anonymously reaching out to people or responding to people who reach out to you?
That's right.
Well, Mom, is here with me now, and she was on her Facebook yesterday, and I just, let me see that because Mom has an iPad, and I saw that she had unread, my mother doesn't use Messenger, but she had a lot of unread
Very much the same
messages
as me.
on there.
Right.
And I started clicking on some of the stuff, and it was very clearly, a couple of them were some of her friends' pages, but they were very clearly had been hacked, and they were sending Mom messages. And so I started deleting everything and blocked a few that I knew were fake profiles, because luckily on there it said there's 2 profiles with this name. I was like, yeah, I know. Facebook page and made just an actual that I know all her friends will see. Do not message my mom on Messenger. Answer. There's too many scams, because one of the messages, and I knew, this is how I knew it was a scam, the way it was worded. Have you seen, what was it? It said something like, hey, how are you? Because it was pretended to be a friend of hers. They had cloned a friend of hers page that lives like one street over from where Mom lived. And they said, have you seen all the benefits you qualify for from the DHHS?
Oh,
Well,
my.
people don't talk like that. That's what, when they said the DH, first of all, I knew right away. And I'm like, well, she doesn't qualify. I wrote back on this just to see what they would say. And they're like, how do you know? I saw my daughter. I know she doesn't. And I said, stop messaging. But then I just blocked it. I wanted to make sure I got it, and then I blocked it. But, you have to be careful with.
Oh,
and I told
absolutely.
Mom, don't click anything. Don't do don't just go on your Facebook. That's all you do for this reason, because seniors especially are very vulnerable
absolutely.
and they're targeted.
Those poor fools who try to target me on the telephone and stuff. I just have such a good time with them.
Well, I will tell you that my sister and I are taking a trip to the sheriff's office this afternoon when she gets off work to report, her page was stolen. And so they've taken her name, information, and putting out that she has all this stuff to sell because we put our dad in a nursing home. Hello, Dad died back in 2017. And the message is to direct message me for any of these items. We had a distant family member that lives across the states that didn't know and actually gave these hackers money.
Oh, my.
So we do have some additional information, but on the post it said, I will be out of town to the 15th. And on the 15th, she had somebody knocking on her door looking for one of the items that they wanted to purchase.
Mm-hmm.
So this could turn into a very bad situation if somebody gave these hackers money and they're giving out her address and they come to that address and then they get upset and she's got to deal with that. So I think it's wise that we put a report on file.
Oh, absolutely.
In case somebody comes with a gun and wants to shoot up the house.
And they've used a PayPal or a Cash App?
Venmo.
I knew it was
do
one
have
of them. Yeah.
2 Venmo addresses and a telephone number where this distant family member had actually sent money, which he's trying to get the bank to stop that right now.
Yeah.
But the scammers are out there. They're horrible.
I don't, the Facebook Messenger Marketplace, I guess it's called, right?
Yes.
I looked at it for firewood because that was nice and
I
local.
remember that.
That I could go down there and get it and give the guy money, but not in advance.
Right.
I drove there to see what I was going to get.
Money in advance.
No, not on something like that. Absolutely not. Not until you get it in your hands.
And the public safety office has got a parking lot now where you can meet somebody there to exchange money,
Yeah,
etc.
if you don't want them coming to your home
Right.
to do it, then you go down to the sheriff's office or police department.
Right.
That parking lot there. They've got an area that's well lit
Yes, cameras too.
and cameras.
Well, whoever did this on my sister's Facebook account was able to change the email address. She cannot get back into it. And they did enough research to put her personal address out there. So when people call and they pay money, they say, well, it's at this address, go get it. That's kind of scary.
It is. You don't want to do it to some people because they might hurt you when they find you.
Yeah, well, they come knocking up. Well, first of all, I don't answer the door if it's somebody that I have not previously invited or I knew that they were coming.
I answered the door, but
Yeah.
not alone. You can figure that part.
Yes.
I usually have 2 dogs and everybody else is there. And of course, a couple of my really good friends are there. Loud ones.
Yes.
Well,
Mr.
louder.
Smith and Mr. Wesson.
No. Mr. Sig and Mr. Sauer.
There you go.
Let's take a break here. Live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSMA. Want to chat? 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down the street, Highway 24 Richlands. Corned beef brisket flats are only $4.99 a pound. Whole top sirloin is $5.99 a pound. Top sirloin fillets, $8.99 a pound. 10 pounds or more fresh ground beef is only $2.59 a pound. Whole bone-in pork loin, just $1.59 a pound. Over in produce, crisp green cabbage, just 49 cents a pound. And you get a 1-pound bag of peeled baby carrots for just 99 cents. And enjoy down-home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. You can dine in or take out, featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. Country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly. The deli is home to the famous Merle Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast-friendly pharmacy located inside Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly, down the street. Highway 24 Richlands. Remember, say big with the P.
In a season of falling temperatures and rising energy bills, your local Bryant professional is always ready. standing by to protect your home's comfort and defend you from uncomfortable temperatures and the higher energy bills associated with them. Ready to do whatever it takes for your home, your family, and you to be comfortable without breaking the bank. Because when the temperature falls, that's when your local Bryant professional the heat efficiently.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this winter. Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, serving our community for over 25 years. Also can help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today at 346-4311.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You know, there are idiots everywhere. Some idiots can for a lot of people by being nothing but scumbags. San Carpo, located off Highway 1, about 4-hour drive south of San Francisco, is a beach. It's the only free beach campsite in the Big Sur, a fact not widely known until recently. Overnight camping, though, at the beach is now banned. Why?
Why?
Due to an excess amount of human waste. Poop.
What?
The California Coastal Commission announced last Thursday that overnight camping and campfires are now banned at the beach for the next 2 years. The commission detailed the deteriorating quality of the beach in a staff report recently made available. The report noted that more visitors frequented the campsite once word spread it was free. A lack of resources for the U.S. Forest Service to monitor the site and a lack of trash cans, restrooms, and fire rings have led to higher levels of trash and debris. Regrettably, the beach has no restrooms, very limited parking, no potable water, and no trash containers or collection. Not sure why it was ever made available for camping, given all of that. While the ban is in effect, the U.S. Forest Service will devise a plan to reset and figure out a way to allow camping in the future. Day use of the beach is still available for visitors. If you go to the beach
I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. If you go to the beach and you trash it, you leave your trash there. My God, you brought it in something, a bag or something.
Right.
You had to get it there.
Oh, well,
take it to the nearest garbage can or take it home with you.
That's what we do. We bag up everything, plus some. But no, I wouldn't want to go to visit that beach. It's dirty.
It is now. It's filthy. Ugh. I don't know how they're going to clean it up. Wait for high tide to come in, I guess.
Ugh.
Oh, golly. What else is going on? Anybody got anything?
Yeah, we were talking about basketball tournaments and everything. There was one this weekend. This is going to be a gruesome story. You're probably going to get mad at me. But the Florida Gator center, Micah Handlogden, was involved in a scary moment during the SEC tournament final on Sunday against the Auburn Tigers. In the opening minutes of the game, he was going for a rebound, but he came down awkwardly on his leg. Now, he's 7'1".
Yeah.
He's a tall boy. He was stretched off the floor, and a team spokesman later said he suffered a broken leg and was taken to the hospital for further tests. He had 2 rebounds in 2 minutes of play. The sound of his bone breaking was apparently heard on television, and blood was visible on the back of his calf.
That should have been a compound fracture there.
Oh,
That's what I was
gosh,
thinking.
yes,
Yeah.
It's going to be bleeding.
most definitely.
I would think.
But best wishes for him. I hope
Oh,
he
my
gets
God.
better fast. But
It's going to take
you
some
know,
time.
Some of these, sports. He's 7'1". He is a big boy. You just come down awkwardly and pop that.
Doesn't have to
bone.
be football.
Nope, doesn't have to be football. It could be any sports. It could be tennis, bowling. Oh, Kelly, ping pong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I can hear
What
in
a
my
terrible
head that
story.
sound. Yeah.
Relatively quiet, except for some nonsense on the political front this weekend. The president has a brand new pair of shoes.
Are they Velcro?
Sounds like lyrics from a song.
Oh, no.
And that is causing a little sniping. The new shoes are supposed to keep him from falling down. The Republicans put out the message Saturday in these words: Biden's handlers are forcing him to wear a new pair of lifestyle sneakers because he trips so much. That was on a tweet from RNC Research. Inside Edition reported notes that the shoes are designed for maximum comfort and support while walking or hiking. I'm glad they shared the type of shoe. I've got to check out a pair for me. And by the way, in case you're interested, it's called the Hoka Transport, a shoe that has a wide sole.
A wide sole.
It makes them more stable.
Right. Well, there was a story out 3-4 months ago where they had put him in a new pair of sneakers and they Velcroed across. They didn't tie. They Velcroed. They had Velcroed strips, and they said they put him in that to help with his tripping and stumbling. So again,
Do a double knot on the shoelaces.
well,
Undone real easy. From the Trump camp, the presumed Republican presidential nominee has sent a message to those proposing to ban TikTok in the U.S. Ban them, he said, and other platforms that many say are harmful. Facebook, for example, will double subscribers and users. President Biden and any number of others have suggested getting rid of TikTok because it is a Chinese product. Personally, I would prefer that the software managing TikTok was not headquartered in China. I've no problem with getting rid of it.
well, there's millions and millions and millions of people addicted to TikTok, and a lot of small businesses use TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And
China's taking advantage of it.
China's been taking advantage of everything in the United States for years.
Yeah.
And now Trump is back in. Now he's like, oh, no, I'm not for banning TikTok. And
No, he's
he
not,
said-
but
right. But he wants to work out other arrangements to where maybe they could sell to us. But at one time, he was 100% against it.
yes. Well, the problem, this TikTok, you download their software and you're always updating it.
Right.
So you may be going along for a little while and it's doing fine. And then you give access to everything in your computer with another download update.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen.
You never know. You never know. It was just like we've talked over and over and over again about shopping. You buy something online, or you go into the store to buy clothing or shoes or something, and you get home, you take them out of the box, it's made in China.
Of course it is. I would suggest, if you guys like to play on TikTok, get yourself an extra computer, load nothing on there except TikTok, none of your banking stuff, no emails, no nothing else, and play with that computer on TikTok.
Right.
It doesn't have to be an
A little
expensive
Kindle
one.
or something. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
It's just, if you ever really thought about it and researched it, everything we do is like China based.
Yes, it is.
China owned.
Yep.
And if we ever get into a war with China, you better go ahead and get your packets of seeds now to be ready to start planting food.
You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Hey race fans, New River All-American Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville's action attraction presents the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 featuring the Z-Max Cars Tour this Saturday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. featuring the biggest names in short track racing. Get ready for fun and excitement as the racing season gets underway. Reserve your spot now. General admission tickets, $25. Seniors, military, kids 6 to 12, $12 cash at the gate. Kids 5 and under free. Advance tickets available online at newriverspeedway.com/tickets. It's the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 this Saturday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. And the only place you're going to see it is a New River All-American Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843. Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Good old Joe, he's going to force electric cars on American motors, whether we like it or not. He's made it perfectly clear. He's going to sign legislation likely this week that will require gasoline-powered cars to have cleaner tailpipe exhaust. You can't make this up. And he doesn't care what the automakers say. The EPA will issue the final rulemaking, which officials have boasted will incentivize greater adoption of electric vehicles, but which opponents have criticized as a de facto mandate. In effect, it's just a mandate. We're going to be forced to have these things. Naysayers are many, including automakers. The electric cars are expensive and have already proven not ready for widespread use. The power grids, say experts, are not ready. There are several different varieties of charging stations. What works for Tesla doesn't work for other EVs. There's nothing standard. The sheer number of charging stations, each location will require a much larger footprint than gas pumps because it takes a lot longer to charge an EV than it does to fill up a gas tank on your car. It's painfully obvious that Biden is trying to get some sort of traction with something to fulfill his campaign pledges.
Oh,
I don't know. It's going to make it so I agree that the emissions should be good. And the modern cars are basically that way. But others should need to be retrofitted or banned from the highways. That's my opinion.
Well, I was just thinking while you were reading that story, back in the day before GPS, families got out the paper maps and you routed out your travel. You marked it. You looked up where you want to stop for here, there, or whatever. And then along came GPS and GPS apps on the phone. And so you use those now to guide you. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I went looking up and I put in an address and I keyed in stations for electric cars to charge up, and nothing came up at the time. And so, now if I was to take a long trip with an electric vehicle, I'm going to have to go back to mapping it out and make a note of where all the charging stations are.
Well, I would suggest, then you got to know which kind of vehicle that can be charged there.
Now you add that to it. And I'm like, I'm so frustrated. But I mean, I'm sure that Google or whoever you use, whoever you use for your GPS coordinates and your map, I'm sure they're updating as you go along. But could you imagine like taking a trip, not to Florida, but maybe somewhere in Florida that's not well-known area, whatever. And then you've got to sit there and think, where am I going to be able to find charging stations? And I'm sure as an electric car owner, you'll learn. But I'm too old to change, I guess. I'm going to stay like I am.
It's not for me at the fuel.
Yes.
I get out of my car, and 4 to 4.5 minutes later, depending on how much gas I need, I'm back in my car.
Right. Oh, yeah, I thought about you last week when I was at Sam's filling up, because I was probably aggravating to the one behind me, but I couldn't get the card reader to work, and it was crazy. And the attendant had to come over and help clear. It was the machine, not me. But I just think, I know that man behind me is like yelling, "What's taking you so long?"
Well, at the station that I use,
right,
they have 12 fill-up positions.
Yes.
12 of them. Now, if it takes 5 minutes, say, for a normal person to fill up there, you're in and out. If it takes 30 to 45 minutes for a charging station, how many charging stations are they going to have? They can't do it with 12.
Well, the one I've seen behind Smithfield Barbecue on Gum Branch Road, the times I've been in there or gone past it, very seldom do I ever see a vehicle there. I've seen
one or two.
I think there's 6 charging stations
like
there.
that, yeah.
And I've never seen more than one.
Well, to do it 5 minutes and to do it for 45 minutes, let's say your car can be charged in 45 minutes. Generally, it's about an hour to fill it up from 0 to all the way. That will change with the addition of better charging systems, those that can handle and speed it up. Of course, the higher rate of charge for batteries, when you're charging a battery,
right,
the more voltage and the faster you charge it, the more heat that it generates, and it lessens the battery life in your car. Oh, that's a special thing too. That's a few $1,000s.
Well, I just wonder though, how many people are continuously using that charging station so they don't have to use their electricity at the house.
Well, there will be you can guarantee before it's all over with, you can put
there's going to be a charge.
You will put $1 in or $2, $10
for 30 minutes. Put in 4 quarters.
No, it'll be more than that.
Oh, sure it will. But do you know Air now? You used to go to the Air machine. It was 25 cents. I saw one the other day right here in town. $2. $2.
I've got a couple of compressors. I'm going to set up out here on the road.
I do
got
too.
one, yeah.
I do too. I mean, but $2.
Oh, wow.
It used to be a quarter.
Not
Okay.
anymore.
Let's take a break, do a little bit of Fox News, and we'll be back on the other side. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Get your calls in now if you want to chat. 910-333-0139. We'll be right back.
WSMU, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. Vladimir Putin is re-elected president of Russia, a fifth six-year term.
The outcome wasn't a surprise since most of Putin's opponents are in prison or, like in the case of Alexei Navalny, dead. There were some protests in Russia with people just standing at polling stations. There were demonstrations at Russian embassies around the world.
Fox's Jill Nato. One person is dead, 2 wounded, and police in Jacksonville City, Florida are looking for several suspects in a shooting last night in a beachfront bar district. The Israeli military launched a raid on a hospital in Gaza City.
We know that senior Hamas terrorists have regrouped inside the Shifa hospital and are using it to command attacks against Israel.
Yes. Daniel Hagari, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says it's wholly inappropriate for top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer to call for new elections in Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real talk.
All right, I just started reading some little disturbing news here about our pets. Experts warn parasite that could be deadly to pets is spreading across the United States, primarily dogs, it looks like.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
A parasite that can potentially kill dogs has been discovered for the first time in the Colorado River in Southern California. The parasite is called, I can't pronounce it, Americana, whatever, which is a flatworm, more commonly known as a liver fluke.
Mm.
It had previously mainly been found in Texas and other Gulf states, but has now spread across spread west. Dogs can die from this infection. Wow.
That's very sad.
That is.
Well, I have a vet appointment next week. I'm going to have to ask him about this.
Yeah. Well,
what do we need to do?
Do not let your pets in things like the Colorado River. Don't let them just go out there willy-nilly.
At this point, to game any river.
I would say so too. But
yeah.
Well, first of all, there's snakes and other stuff out there too.
Yeah. Ugh. Around
I
here,
pray
could be
this week
alligators.
the work I'm doing in my backyard, I don't find any because I've got wood
It'll be
stacked.
chillier this week.
Yeah, I have wood stacked. It's been there all winter, so I'm scared.
Well,
Scared
it's
to
only
move
going to
it.
be in the 60s, so that's a little too chilly for them to come out. It might be cold.
Look, if the snake is all under, if there's one there anywhere, it's gonna
It's
find
like a
me.
snake den.
I'll be out there doing my yard work,
Uh-huh.
wearing a weapon.
You'll be out there in like a night suit, all metal. Yeah. You won't be able to walk, but you'll be protected from the snake bite.
Did you hear about the tragedy this weekend in Vanceboro?
No.
At the Weyerhaeuser sawmill plant, a
Uh-huh.
worker lost his life. It was around 1:00
Oh,
yesterday
boy.
afternoon. Early investigation showed that he was underneath a forklift working on it.
Oh man.
And you can only imagine what happened. It sounds like the forklift fell on him or whatever.
Oh, no.
OSHA is on the scene investigating it. So
I'm sure they will be.
a tragedy on a Sunday afternoon at the Weyerhaeuser plant.
Well, Rayford, did you hear what happened in Queens, New York? People are always talking about guns, but this man in a wheelchair went on a stabbing spree on Saturday.
Wheelchair?
Yeah. So his first victim was a 66-year-old man. He stabbed him in the back. Then he stabbed a 69-year-old female in her torso. Then 15 minutes later, he stabbed a 35-year-old male in the chest. Then a 46-year-old female was stabbed, walked into the local police precinct. He'd stabbed her in the arm. So 5 police officers surrounded and apprehended the man in a wheelchair.
Mm.
He's currently in police custody. Everyone's been treated at the police.
Jeez.
I mean, and then when I saw this story, what was odd, we were talking about, then another lady was arrested in Indianapolis. Well, she was stabbed, and a lady stabbed another lady in Indianapolis and stabbed her in the chest and abdomen, and the lady's in critical condition.
Man.
So I mean,
how
everybody's
the guy
stabbing
in the
everybody.
wheelchair did that though.
That's what I was wondering. Did he? Because he stabbed one guy in the back. Did he reach up? Yeah, I don't know.
He must have
one guy
wheeled
in the
up there,
chest.
reached up, and
He
just
wheeled
popped
up
him
and
in the back.
Yeah,
Wow, people are
scary.
crazy.
I'm telling you.
So much craziness.
Just
in
way
this
too
world.
much nuts out, way too many nuts, and they're taking too much of something. I don't know what it is. But is it stress related? You know, with everything that we talk about and we read every day, and you know, I can see people getting stressed, particularly when they have no other alternatives, what they can do.
I understand. Yeah, I can see that 100%. But I tell you, when I'm out somewhere and I don't get in any confrontations with people. They say, "Hey, I don't like the way you parked." I'll just say, "I'm sorry, I'm learning," or something. I mean,
I just say, get off the sidewalk if you don't like the way I drive.
So much drama, especially when you're out in public and in the stores and someone wants to ram your shopping cart because you're not moving fast enough. I just like, I do the apologizing just so I don't have to get in a confrontation because
I'm sorry you're such an idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's apologizing, right?
Yeah. I mean, and it's just, it's like I was telling you when I was getting gas the other day, all I could think of in that story about how you're waiting. And it wasn't my fault, but yet I felt like the people behind me were probably yelling at me. But I pumped that gas fast once it got going. I got out of there. But it was, I will tell you, about 18 cents cheaper that day than most places in town. So it's getting to be too much. Somebody's calling.
New Mexico police have vowed to apprehend a guy wanted for the killing of a fellow officer. Police have revealed the suspect was driving a stolen BMW belonging to a woman who was found dead in South Carolina. She was a paramedic. 32-year-old Jeremy Smith of South Carolina shot Officer Justin Hare on Interstate 40 early Friday morning after Smith pulled over to the side of the road with a flat tire. Smith was trying to flag down passing motorists, and the officer arrived and parked behind the suspect. You just never know. It's no such thing as a routine anything. Smith approached the police car at the passenger side door, and after a short conversation about fixing the tire, pulled out a gun and shot the officer. He then walked to the driver's side door and shot him again before pushing him into the passenger seat. Drove away in the police vehicle, which was abandoned a short time later. Smith was charged and considered armed and dangerous. He better not resist. That's all I can tell you.
Shoo-wee.
He did this. He stole a car in South Carolina after he killed the paramedic there, female.
Yes. I'm so glad that they were able to pin that on him.
They've got him dead to rights, apparently.
Horrible, yes.
But he's killed two people now.
Yes. That young woman, too. Oh, just sad.
It's, I don't even know what you say about things like that. Police in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, responded to an active shooter in the downtown area last evening, left one person dead and two others wounded. Multiple suspected shooters remain on the loose. Authorities initially asked everyone to shelter in place, but the order was later lifted as officers continued to work at the scene of the shooting. A large police presence was observed in the Jacksonville Beach area throughout the evening. There were about 15 to 20 gunshots. Everybody started scattering. That's what a witness told police. He said the shooting erupted right after the police left the area and described the incident as a potential drive-by. The downtown district bar area and the beachfront in Jacksonville Beach were locked down after the scene of the incident expanded into that area. What's wrong with people?
Oh, no, I'm getting stressed already this morning. We've talked about all craziness. Pure craziness. Did you do that story about the Army asking Congress for more money?
Nope.
For their barracks?
Nope.
I wish I could show you these pictures. I wish I could show it to our viewers right now.
Guaranteed they're
But the
horrific.
Army's asking Congress for a large budget increase to fund an improvement to the services
They
barracks
can't do that.
buildings. Why?
Because they got to send it to the clowns that are coming across the border.
Well, they've been complaining for years of dire living conditions. Just listen to this. It says the report comes as the Army has been under increased pressure to improve the living conditions of junior troops, most notably after an October Government Accountability Office report found that troops living in barracks have seen buildings with pests such as roaches, bed bugs, toxic waste, raising concerns about the health and safety of service members. The report also found that some barracks had fallen victim to apparent squatters, with pictures showing rooms that contained belongings of people that were not authorized in the building.
We got some of that up for New River right now.
Yes, New River Housing. Yes, yeah, there's some squatters over there.
There certainly are.
But other photos show the report showing sewage overflowing, cracked sewage pipes, water damage, mold, or mildew growth. Why are we letting our military troops live in
such squalor?
Yes,
because
this
we've
is
got
horrible.
because we've got to rent the Motel 6 or whatever it was in Massachusetts
That's
to house the
right.
migrants.
Oh man, the report also noted that in one extreme example, officials at one Army installation told investigators that service members are responsible for cleaning biological waste that may remain in a barracks after a suicide. What? You bring in a hazmat team for that?
Yep.
But looking at some of these pictures, I wish I could put them up on the screen for everybody listening. I mean, my gosh, it is terrible. Terrible. And we're letting our military live like this?
Don't have any choice. Don't have any money.
Well, the government is proposing in their budget to increase the money for this and to build some new barracks.
Mhm.
But why can't we go in and clean up what we've got? This is horrible.
Okay, let's see.
700 million will be allowed for barracks sustainment. Is that barracks cleanup?
Just to keep it like it's going.
Fixing it. Yeah.
Yes. That's terrible. Absolutely horrible.
The upcoming weekend of the spring break season has been the most bloodshed in previous years, according to a Miami Beach city commissioner. It will be the real test of whether the city's attempts to distance itself from co-ed chaos have truly worked. Governor Ron DeSantis dispatched at least 140 state troopers and other resources, including drones and license plate readers, to Miami Beach and other popular beach towns in a preemptive strike against spring break-related crime. The city is attempting to divorce itself from spring breakers after making 488 arrests, including 230 felonies and 2 homicides, and seizing more than 105 firearms during last year's March Madness. Miami Beach Commissioner David Suarez told Lawrence Jones of Fox and Friends that he and his fellow commissioners proactively reached out to Governor DeSantis and said, hey, instead of coming on the last weekend when there are no shootings, there are no stampedes, we were proactive. You know, they had 2 killings last year. They seized a bunch of guns. Why, if you go into spring break, do you go down with a gun?
Spring break is nothing but a bunch of drinking.
It's supposed to be on the beach.
Drinking
Chilling.
on the beach.
Maybe they ought to have a curfew on the bars, like not
They'll just go buy their own booze, be out on the beach, laying there drinking.
No,
all
they
night
can't
like
go on the
this.
beach drinking.
If you've ever gone to Daytona during spring break,
Nope,
don't go.
I haven't.
You don't need to go. It's crazy.
Only place I went to during spring break was when I went to the Bahamas, and I did not know it was spring break. And I did not know. I got aboard a big old boat, ship, not a boat, about a 450 footer. It did day cruises to the Bahamas.
Yes.
But I was going to stay there. I had no idea that high school kids, by the hundreds,
Mhm.
were aboard that boat
Yeah.
going on spring break.
Mhm.
And as soon as they pulled out of the harbor, they all started drinking.
Yeah, they can. Yeah.
They all started drinking.
Mhm.
And that was okay. They were cutting the fool.
It's entertaining.
Teenagers getting drunk on a boat that then starts to roll when it
Mhm.
gets about 10 miles offshore and the seas are 6 to 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of sick kids on that boat.
Yep.
Especially those hanging over. So I'd walk by, hey, man, I got a collared sandwich. Want one? Did not go over too
Alright.
good.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh, they were a lot lighter when they got to shore than they were when they left. No doubt.
Here's a dumb crook story for Kelly. Kelly, it's a Florida woman allegedly flipped off a deputy, yelled that she
yes.
hates police during an attempt to pull her over for erratically driving a car on the grass
That's
over
just
the
asking
weekend.
for it.
Darla Vidal, 35, was arrested on one felony count of resisting an officer and one misdemeanor count of resisting an officer. The incident began around 2:25 on Saturday when a Monroe County deputy observed Vidal driving a car on the grass at a high rate of speed. Driving on the grass now. The deputy attempted to pull Vidal over, but she allegedly did not stop and instead continued to swerve from the road to the grass. She also gave the middle finger to the deputy attempting to pull her over. She nearly hit a deer with her car before she stopped on Pensacola Road and ran towards the deputy, screaming that she hates police while refusing to obey the orders that they were giving her at the time. She allegedly urged the deputy to shoot her while she was pulling away and resisting arrest.
That's
Crazy lunatic.
that's just that's just asking for it. You're begging for a problem.
Yeah, she's lucky she didn't get shot.
I agree. Yeah.
Heading towards that deputy and refusing to obey orders.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he had his taser ready to roll.
I'm sure he did. Driving on the grass at a high rate of speed.
Some of those guys prefer tasers to anything else these days.
Well, she
Oh,
hated
wow.
police then. She hates them more now.
Yeah, they gave her a good reason not to feel comfortable. Let's take a break, do a little bit of weather. You live 11:20 a.m. WSME.
Freedom 97.1.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by it. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Chino Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Chino Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Chino Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville. Open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
After the marine forecast today is calling for winds out of the north 10 to 15 knots, becoming northeasterly 5 to 10 this afternoon. Seas 2 to 3 feet, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, diminishing to a light chop in the afternoon. Small this evening through Tuesday morning. And tomorrow, 25 knots with gusts up to 30 knots, becoming westerly around in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6, subsiding to 2 to 4 in the afternoon. Near shore seas 2 to 3 feet. Dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers rough, diminishing to a moderate chop in the afternoon. Wednesday, westerly winds kick it up again, 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 25. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sounds and rivers will be choppy.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 65. Winds 8 to 13 miles an hour with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, cloudy, low of 37. Actually, still gusty tonight with 23-mile-an-hour gusts. Tomorrow, sunny, high of 56 and gusty. Tomorrow night, clear, low of 40. And that's going to feel so cold because it's been warm. And then on Wednesday, sunny, high of 67 with 25-mile-an-hour gusts and 8 to 15-mile-an-hour winds in general. You know, this week is not going to be in the 70s at all.
No, it's supposed to be a bad upcoming weekend with torrential rain from what I'm hearing.
Oh,
Of
boy.
course, it could always change,
Yeah.
but that's what
Yeah.
they're saying this morning on the news.
Yep.
Michael Tyson's boxing match against Jake Paul this summer is likely to be one of the biggest spectacles
Michael
the sports
Tyson.
world would
Mike Tyson's
have to offer
boxing Jake
ahead
Paul.
of the Olympics.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that the 57-year-old boxer who
We'll
was
see.
spotted with a cane only 2 years ago is backing down from the challenge that the YouTube star turned boxer has presented to him.
I was
But
like,
Michael,
isn't he a little old
I don't
for
know.
this?
I think Mike Tyson may knock Jake Paul out.
I hope so,
I mean, I just don't.
just for giggles.
I just do. I can't see Jake Paul punching. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and I will be, first to say if I'm wrong. But I feel like that.
I can't wait to.
Yeah.
I can't wait to
This
see the
might,
outcome
this
of
might be a
this
good
one.
one. Tyson posted a 14-second montage of training videos to his X account on Friday, and with it was a message to Paul. You still want to with me? In the video, Tyson said he was on his third day of training. The fight was announced this month. Tyson and Paul will square off on July 20th on Netflix at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Netflix. I get that. Yay.
One of the Dallas Cowgirls will be there cheering him on.
I don't know.
They better to have medics standing by real close. That's all I've got to say.
Well, if the guy keeps punching at him, messing with him, he may suffer. He may suffer that big old fist.
Well, good for Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Tyson.
Looks like some stuff is locked up on my computer here. It won't go up.
Yeah, it happens that it keeps happening to mine over here. Of course, mine is a stupid laptop that has done this ever since I've got it.
There's a trash can right out there.
Well, don't be surprised if one day you just see me get up, take it, and throw it out in the driveway.
You can do that.
I've done it before with printers.
Oh,
Aggravating.
I got a printer right over there that was aggravating and I'm sidelining one, bought a new one. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, good morning, guys. This is Rob.
Robin, what's
Hello,
up?
Robin.
Hey, how's it going? I just want to let everybody know and remind you that we've got a commissioner's meeting tonight at 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
And I just wanted the viewers to be aware of that. You can either attend the meeting or you can watch it on G10 on the government radio broadcast or whatever you want to call it.
TV
So I
broadcast.
encourage everybody to tune in and if you can, make the meeting. So this is our second meeting for this month, and it'll be again at 6 o'clock. And I just wanted to pass that word.
Robin, anyone listening, if you don't get G10, which you have to have Spectrum cable, you can go to the Onslow County government page on Facebook and
Yes.
click on that because they run it live there too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can click on the Facebook if you have Facebook on your computer, and you can watch the meeting then. So I encourage everybody to get out there, and if you got time today at 6 o'clock, just to tune in and see what we're doing.
All right, thanks for the reminder.
Yep, should be a good meeting.
Yep, we should be. So anyway, I just wanted to shout that out to everybody and try to let everybody know when our meetings are. And this will be the last meeting for the month of March for the commissioners, and then we'll pick back up in April. So
All right.
that's all I had to say. But thank you, guys.
Thank you, Robin.
Thanks,
Take care.
Robin.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've
You
got
too.
something interesting. Let me make sure this is a news story before I say that. Yeah. Did you know, and I did not know this till it literally just popped up. Last year, Site Selection Magazine named Jacksonville, North Carolina, number 22 in the nation for best cities for small business. And
Really?
yeah, and they're saying that it's growing, and that they were saying that it was the only North Carolina town to make the top 50.
It's growing, all
Yeah.
right.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. According to Media Research Center, Google has interfered with major elections in the United States 41 times over the last 16 years. This Media Research Center found 41 times where Google interfered in elections, and its impact has surged dramatically, making it ever more harmful to democracy. In every case, Google harmed the candidates, regardless of party, who threatened its left-wing candidate of choice. MRC Free Speech America Vice President Dan Schneider and editor Gabriela Pariseau wrote in a summary of their findings. From the mouths of Google executives, the tech giant let slip what was never meant to be made public, that Google uses its great strength and resources and reach to advance its leftist policies. Google's outsized influence and on information, outsized influence on information technology, the body politic, and American elections became evident in 2008 after failing to prevent then candidate for President Donald Trump from being inaugurated following the 2016 election. Google has since made clear to any discerning observer that it has been and will continue interfering with America's elections. Google pushed back, insisting it has a clear business incentive to keep both sides happy and that safeguards ensure non-biased and accurate search results. I disagree with that. I have seen things that I searched for on Google that I had to go way down the list to find the primary deal.
Yes.
And their agenda was at the top of that search.
Yes. You have to be careful, and you bring up a valid point, because a lot of people will go Google something. They'll click on the very first story, which is probably an opinion piece by some crazy person. You've got to scroll down and find the legitimate news sources to click on.
You definitely have to do that. That's for dang sure.
That's right. And see, the way they do that is when you Google something, it's listed more or less in alphabetical order. And if you want to, like your business name, you want to put your business name out there for Google reviews and stuff. If you have your business name starting with a front letter of the alphabet, then when somebody researches that, yours is going to show up over top of some of the others. So in other words, if you say Better Place to Shop Boutique versus Zuckerman's Restaurant.
Yeah.
So the Better Place to Shop is going to show up first. So I would suggest if you're making business names, think about stuff like that. You could always say a better place to shop.
Yeah.
It's going to put you higher on the list of the shopping boutiques. It's crazy. You just have to learn the system and learn the game. But you're right, though, because there's been many of a time I've gone to Google something and it came up exactly the way I Googled it. And I clicked on it and I realized, this is a garbage site.
Not what I was looking for.
Right.
Florida has a big problem.
Yeah.
With alligators.
Yeah. Bit that man's hand off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At a golf course.
I wouldn't.
Fishing in golf course pond. He was fishing in a golf course pond.
I did. I didn't think golf courses allowed that.
I don't know.
I mean, the ones I've ever known don't. They'll bless you.
Bless you.
They will fight you for fishing in their pond.
This is in Leesburg, Florida. The gator attacked him, biting off his hand. One witness saw the whole thing. Wow. From his backyard. The guy's in the hospital, of course.
Yeah.
The gator was long. I know gators are on golf courses a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I would not
why
in
you
Florida go near any body of water.
That's why you rent a golf cart.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like a rule.
You heard the story about the 750-pound alligator that was taken away from his New York home. The authorities seized it. This was they seized an 11-foot, 750-pound alligator from a Hamburg home on Wednesday, this past Wednesday. Officer says the owner of the home had built an addition to his house and installed an in-ground swimming pool for his roughly 30-year-old alligator and allegedly allowed members of the public to get into the water with the unsecured alligator to take pictures.
No.
What is wrong with people?
No.
Well, the owner said he's like a family to everybody.
He's a wild animal. No. Oh my word.
Yeah, well, the authorities are saying even if the owner was appropriately licensed, which he
he's
was not,
Yeah.
Public contact with the animal is prohibited. Would you think? Yes.
But he's trying to get that alligator back.
Well, yeah, he's trying to say. Well, he's saying that
That's his pet.
He can have
he's
him
got
back as
multiple
maybe
health
shoes.
problems, blind in both eyes.
The alligator or
He
the
still
man?
bites.
The alligator's blind in both eyes?
Yes.
How do they know that?
Because that's what the investigator showed.
But once again, how do they know? I
Right.
want to know. How do they know?
Well, down in Mississippi,
It's
where
the
they
alligator.
can hunt alligators, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Look at that picture.
I see it.
No.
That's-
14 feet long, 800 pounds. Said they caught him. Now, they didn't catch him. I can tell you what they did. They killed his butt.
Yeah.
Because that's
Clearly.
their alligator hunters. They're not catchers. A record-breaking alligator in Mississippi.
Nope. It's a big old no.
Oh, my mind.
You know, we're still.
Going back to the other story, what parent in their right mind would allow their child to get into the swimming pool with the alligator to take a picture?
I agree. What adult would, but
They-
definitely would
they
let my
should be
child in
charged
there.
with child abuse.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The in Wilmington, y'all know where Greenfield Lake is, right?
Yes,
You've been there.
been there many of a
They got
time.
signs out there to say alligators do not swim.
Do
Swimming
not-
outlawed or
Right.
whatever. It's got an ordinance there
Yeah.
for it. Star News one day
Oh, no. I already know what you're going to say.
was out there.
Uh-huh.
The photographer was, and right there at the spillway, he's out there just to get some color shots, right? And there's a guy swimming, and there's an alligator on the other side of him,
Mm-hmm.
and a sign.
Idiot.
Of course, he waited for the photographer waited for the guy to get out of the water.
I
And
would have called the cops.
No, and he got his name and everything else just to run it in the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when the police saw it in the paper, that was enough for them.
Yeah.
He got a ticket. It says, "Do not swim. Swimming is outlawed." Alligators.
What is
Stupid.
What is the point of that? I mean, are you a thrill seeker or are you? I mean,
Death wish.
I just why?
Well, last time I was at Greenfield Lake, the water did not look that appealing to swim
No, it
into.
never has to
Anyways,
look that
it was
appealing.
all green and algae and
Oh, you don't know what's in there.
brown.
It's just so gross.
I think they have signs up there also that say don't feed the gators.
Well, that's illegal in North Carolina.
Once again,
Period.
why
Right.
would you?
I know.
Why?
Here, come
would
here.
you? Come
Can't
here, little
just
sweet
get it out
gator.
of-
Let me. Yeah, no.
All the
Do-
reason
do
why
you
you
remember-
have to have signs.
You're probably
Yeah.
never
Here's
saw
your
it,
sign.
Kelly, but I'm sure Lee probably could remember it, where they used to sell little baby alligators
Mhm.
to people.
Yes.
That's why
you
the
could-
movie Alligator came out in 1980.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
You could.
yeah.
They would put them, and when they started growing, all these people in New York that bought them, they flushed them down the sewers, and there were some big gators in the sewers.
Yeah, there were. Yeah.
I would never use another. Could you go in there? If you flush one down your potty, could you go in there and use that potty later that day?
I still get worried about snakes being in
I
my
still have to turn on
toilets.
the lights.
Yeah. Always. Yeah. Yeah.
You guys don't have to worry. I'm not.
We have
I have to
fears.
turn the light on.
I do too.
Oh, if the electricity's out, I carry a lantern in there.
Rayford, every year, and anybody that's listening will know I'm not even lying about this. Every year there's a story on the internet. That's
Absolutely.
usually Australia, but I mean, because they got a bunch of creepy crawlies there.
Snakes.
But snakes in people's toilets. And that's a big old no. Big old no.
Have you ever gone in there and you're using the facilities and something just tickles your leg or
It's like
something?
creepy. Yes.
A little fly hits you and you jump up.
Yes.
Thinking there's a snake.
That's why I didn't like in Japan when a lot of times the places had this like holes in the floor. And I'm telling you what, that you want to talk about some fear.
Well, you
That's
ever
just
have
fear.
to use an outhouse anytime in your
Yes,
life?
in my life I
My
have.
grandfather
That's
in
fear.
Kentucky, we go to visit him. Yeah, that's all he had was the outhouse.
That's what we had at my
Oh.
my grandmother's house down in South Carolina.
That's rough, especially at night.
Mm-hmm. Heck no.
I mean, I'd have to set the building on fire to use it at night.
Mhm.
No. I'd have
Especially
to
when it's
with-
cold.
Yeah. No.
That's what they had the pecan for under the bed.
That's why we should be
Mhm.
so thankful and grateful for what we have these
Oh,
days,
yes.
this day and age, because
Mhm.
living like that, of course, back then, the people, it was just their way. It was,
Well, you were used to it.
yes.
Yeah.
Never got used to it.
I
You're
feel
live
it
and local,
now.
Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Our number 910-333-0139. I dare you call.
WSME.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down home down the street where good things cost less. Main Street in downtown Maysville. How about corned beef brisket flash, $4.99 a pound. Whole top sirloin is only $5.99 a pound. Top sirloin filet, $8.99 a pound. And 10 pounds or more fresh ground beef is only $2.59 a pound. Whole bone-in pork one, just $1.59 a pound. Over in produce, you get a pint of fresh blueberries for just $3.99. Jumbo green bell peppers, 99 cents each. And you also get crisp green cabbage, 49 cents a pound, and you get a 1 pound bag of peeled baby carrots for just 99 cents. Also, you get two 2-liter size Coke and Sprite for just $5. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store down home down the street where good things cost less. Main Street in Maysville. Remember, say big with the P.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only cover protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997, with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
You know, people are kind of mean in some places. Let's go to Minnesota. A Minnesota massage parlor owner has been arrested, accused of holding a woman captive in a small room and using her as a prostitute for customers. Authorities in Kandiyohi County, Minnesota, received a 911 phone call last Saturday from a screaming female, responded to massage therapy in Wilmar. The screaming female did not speak English, and the responding officer used a language translation app to communicate with the woman upon arrival while awaiting a Mandarin translator who could speak to the woman by phone. The woman was described in court documents, which were reviewed by Fox News, as crying loudly on the floor. Meanwhile, the officer also saw the owner of the massage, Ying He, in the parlor. Are not being released, told police that Ying hit her over the head and that she felt dizzy and had a headache. The woman added in comments to a translator that Ying did not let her drink water, cook food, turn on lights, and she was confined her to a small room. The woman stated that she gave a 30-minute massage to a customer that day, and when the customer asked for more work to be done, her boss became upset with her and ended up hitting her on the head. The woman was transported to a local hospital and treated for her injuries. She told police that she was flown from California to Minnesota on March 3rd. Today's what, the 18th?
Yes.
Wow. And had been confined and living in the massage parlor ever since, where the owner monitored her movements from eating to showering. The woman says she paid a Los Angeles agency $100 to help find employment at a massage parlor that did not sell sex. The woman accepted the job under the pretenses that her arrival in Minnesota, her new boss would reimburse her half the plane ticket. Instead, according to the woman's comments to police, she claims that once she arrived, Ying watched all of her movements and forced her into sex work. The victim says she was locked in a small room when she was not with customers and instructed her to do whatever the customer wanted her to do. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, that's.
Whoa.
Well, it
People.
looks like one of Trump's proposed picks for VP, Kristi Noem, is under some scrutiny right now.
Oh, really?
Yes. She's being called, wait a minute. South Carolina Democratic State Senator Ryan Nessebaugh called for an inquiry into Republican Governor Kristi Noem's trip to Texas for dental work and a promotional video praising the dentist. She posted a nearly 5-minute video to her personal account thanking Smile Texas dentist for giving her a smile she can be proud of. Nessebaugh said, I just thought it was a very strange video and how much she enjoyed having her teeth done at a particular place. She questioned whether Noem used state funds and if she received a discounted price for the video. Well, of course, South Dakota, they ban gifts over $100 from lobbyists to officials, but this state senator now is trying to say that Governor Noem received a special discount and kickbacks for making this video. Do we know that for sure? Why is this even a news story?
I don't know.
Yeah, because she's
connected with Trump.
She's connected with Trump. That's right. Says Noem's video comes as South Dakota has spent $5 million on ads starring Noem portraying in-demand jobs like a dentist. Who is this other senator? Is he crazy? Why is he even bringing this up?
Remember last week when Senator Chuck Schumer,
Oh, yes.
he said he wants Netanyahu out. He wants new leadership in the state. Like, we've got something to do with that? Is that anything to do with us? And why does it deserve anyone's attention?
I don't see where it.
He said,
Schumer.
Yeah, but Netanyahu's responded.
Oh.
I think Schumer's statements are wholly inappropriate. I think we're not a banana republic. The people of Israel will choose when they'll have elections, who they elect, and it's not something that will be foisted upon us. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called on Israel to elect a new prime minister to replace Benjamin Netanyahu in order to move towards a lasting peace between Israelis and Palestinians in the form of a two-state solution. I've said it last week.
Say it again.
A lasting peace between Israel and Palestine ain't going to happen. It might last 10 minutes, might get up to 15.
Wow.
And if you think replacing Benjamin Netanyahu with somebody else who's just a weak wuss is going to help the situation. Yeah, it'll help the situation. It'll help those terrorists take over Israel
Absolutely.
completely and kill more people. That's what it will do. You're going to have somebody tough to deal with this whole thing. And Netanyahu has the experience.
You just sit down and you think about all the stuff that's going on in the world today.
Yeah.
It's just, I just want to go home and plant my garden and watch TV. I just don't want to do anything.
I just want to get aboard my boat and go fishing.
Well, maybe soon.
Maybe soon.
Yeah, maybe soon. Have you ever had a vehicle towed?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, people have a tendency to park illegal.
Yeah.
And if you park illegal, more than likely, if it's there for any length of time, you're going to get towed. Well, a parking dispute between two men in Brooklyn, New York, turned deadly Saturday when the police said one of the men took a swing at the other. The fatal strike happened on Clarkson Avenue in East Flatbush after a 30-year-old tow truck driver arrived around 8:45 to remove a car parked illegally. Police said the owner of the car, a 61-year-old man, tried to stop the tow at one point. The driver allegedly started banging on the side of the truck to stop it. The altercation became physical, with the tow truck driver delivering a punch that knocked the older man to the ground. The older man was taken to the hospital where he later died from striking the, So the tow truck driver's been arrested.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wouldn't want to be a tow truck driver.
No, me either.
People get mad when you tow their cars.
Well, if you're sitting in a place, let's just say there's a place in Fort Lauderdale, there's that strip there, that after 9 o'clock at night, there's no parking allowed.
Right.
They got signs there.
Yes.
Somebody pulls in at 7 o'clock and then go eat. And at 9:01, look out the window and see the tow truck hooked up to your car.
Yes.
Or hooking up to your car.
They come running out, screaming and
They
yelling.
do exactly that.
Threatening the tow truck driver. I'm like, nope, not me.
Otherwise, you get a $200 fine or something, $200 to get your car out of hock.
Well, back in the day when I did do a lot of security work, I got into several altercations with people over towing because we did that. We had businesses in town that said, if you see anybody in the parking lot, tow the car. There's big signs up there.
Yep.
We'd go patrol it. There's cars. We called the tow truck drivers. And then we would put them in our storage lot. And I remember one time in particular, 2 Marines came to pick up a vehicle, and the owner of the vehicle got very threatening with me to the point that I had to mace him. And then we ended up going to court because he accused me of assault. Of course, they threw the whole thing out, and he made a real butt of himself in court. He just had to have been there. But yeah, and I've had people come out when the tow truck driver was in the process of hooking them out and hooking them up and threatening me. And I mean, I wouldn't want to be a tow truck driver.
At some point in time, though,
I'm glad we have them.
Yeah, me too. But at some point in time, it looks like it would be to everyone's advantage. Has not pulled the car away, hasn't even got it hooked up yet. But doesn't it look like it would be a common sense way to do? Hey, guys, you screwed up.
Right.
Okay. Now,
Well,
you can pay the truck driver now, and we won't have to impound your car.
That's right. And that's what we'd give them the opportunity to do. But once that tow truck has hooked up,
Once they're hooked up, they're done.
It's a done deal. Now you can pay on the spot right then and there, pay the tow truck driver, or we'll impound it, put it in a storage lot, and then you've got storage fees.
Then you got storage fees, impoundment fees, and then you also still have to pay the tow truck fee.
And learn to read right in front of no parking signs.
They just don't believe it. Okay, fine. Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Hey, race fans! New River All-American Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville's action attraction, presents the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250, featuring the Z-Max Cars Tour, this Saturday, March 23rd at 7 p.m., featuring the biggest names in short track racing. Get ready for some fun and excitement as the racing season gets underway. Reserve your spot now. General admission tickets, $25. Seniors, military, kids 6 to 12, $12 cash at the gate. Kids 5 and under free. Advance tickets available online at newriverSpeedway.com/tickets. It's the National Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 250 this Saturday, March 23rd at 7 p.m. And the only place you're going to see it is a New River All-American Speedway, 4744 Richlands Highway, Jacksonville.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry, the Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Now, I guess Fanny's back in the news as of last Friday.
Yes,
She can stay on the case, I guess, huh?
Yes, but her ex-boyfriend had to step down. But the judge said that Judge Scott McAfee didn't actually conclude that Willis had perjured herself, nor that she had received material financial benefit from hiring or dating Wade. However, he said reasonable people could easily be left to wonder whether Willis had a romantic relationship with Wade or was receiving financial benefits unless one of them stepped aside. And Wade later resigned Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But now she's coming up. Now they're saying that ethic challenges are likely to come up. So she's not out of the woods yet, but as it stands right now, she can go ahead and prosecute the case against Donald Trump. But her former boyfriend, Mr. Wade, there had to step down. He resigned.
She'll have to be very careful with the P's and Q's.
Oh, yes, yes. Well, there's an ethics now, so it's not over with for her yet.
Congressman Jim Jordan, he's
yes.
previewed an upcoming in the investigation into the business dealings of Hunter Biden and railed against the double standard he says President Biden was the benefactor of in the investigation into his handling of classified documents. He said, I think we're going to have a hearing this week this upcoming week with three of Hunter Biden's business partners, Galanis, Bobulinski, and Archer. And what's interesting, all three of those individuals are telling a different story, and their story seems to match up with the three of them versus what Hunter Biden told us when we deposed him. So we'll see if Hunter comes in, but we'll go through this thing here and get information out to the American public. Is going to be the comparisons between what these individuals said and what Hunter Biden said, and the contradictions that exist in this testimony from both sides. That's going to be an interesting period of time.
Oh, I would say so also. I'll tell you one thing. I wouldn't want to be ever interviewed by Jim Jordan
Oh, heavens
for
no.
anything.
No.
He is a force.
He's up there. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis has announced that state law enforcement had intercepted a vessel coming to the Florida coast carrying dozens of Haitian migrants, as well as firearms, drugs, and night vision gear.
Saw that.
So the state of Florida, law enforcement guys, they took on a boat loaded with Haitian illegals.
Guns and weapons.
Guns, drugs, and night vision gear.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think they're up to?
No good.
Fish and wildlife officers interdicted the vessel that had 25 illegals, potential illegal immigrants from Haiti in their boat.
Driving erratically, gave themselves away.
In their vessel, they had firearms, they had drugs, they had night vision gear, and were boating very recklessly, which could potentially endanger other folks. People, we've got to stop this.
Well, it sounds like to me Florida's right on it, aren't they?
Yeah, the vessel was interdicted right near Sebastian Inlet, and those illegal aliens were turned over to the Coast Guard for deportation. Coast Guard will take them back as long as they have not made ground landing on the ground.
How do we know they're not coming in along our coastline?
We don't. We got some good old boys here, though.
Yes, we do.
I just don't tell them what some of those guys
Don't
would
mess
do.
with those country boys out there.
No.
Chawing on their back and
Mhm.
out there just waiting, holding that shotgun in their hands. Don't mess with our boys.
Mm-mm.
We have some good people in this county, don't we?
What
And
a-
speaking
what a-
of such,
what a mess. Look at.
Oh.
This is for 2022. I wouldn't want to be aboard that boat in a swimming pool.
It
The
looks
number
like
of people, there's no room.
it looks like a big canoe that's full of people.
Yeah, it's about a 32 footer sailboat, and it is wall to wall people.
Yeah, that
I
does not
do
look safe
not
at all.
know how they can make it.
You know the water's up to the brim of that boat with all the weight in it.
All it takes is a little bit of a roll, and with the sails up,
Yeah.
and those things can roll. Okay, coming up tomorrow, what do we have?
It's to be scheduled. We have several people that are supposed to confirm today. So, and the rest of the week looks good. So,
Coming up Wednesday, we have our normal
yeah,
health
that's
group.
our state senator Michael Azara. He'll be coming in sometime this week.
Yeah, we got to reach out to him
Talking
again.
to the sheriff again today to confirm his. He was really busy last week with
Mhm.
some kind of seminar he was doing, but so he's on tap for this week. And Anthony Prince with the city of Jacksonville
good.
Transportation is coming in Friday. And he's going to update us on what's happening in the city with transportation, et cetera, and with the multi-complex sports center, because they had done a survey with the people here in Alzo County about it. So I'm anxious to hear what
Yeah, I want to know what the
the
people say.
general consensus was, what the people say.
What do we think?
And that's right. And don't forget the county commissioners meeting tonight at 6:00. It's important that, if you want to know what's happening in Oslo, you should keep up with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's always an interesting meeting.
All right. Kelly, of course, had to take a leave of absence
She
here
had
for
to
a
go
few minutes.
dentist.
She took off. She had to go get her to the tooth whacker and get some stuff taken care of.
Yeah.
So And
Okay.
anyway, we'll be back tomorrow, the three of us, the gruesome threesome,
Yes.
beginning at 7 o'clock. So we'll see you in about 22 hours. Have a good rest of your day. Weather's looking okay today. Now we've got some blustery winds happening tonight and into tomorrow. I don't know of any rain. I didn't see any of that stuff on the forecast.
There's a chance.
There's
of
always
it.
a chance. but-
Yes, but as long as it blows the pollen into my neighbor's yard, I'm happy.
Yeah, or down the street anywhere. We've y'all be careful with the pollen because we were out in it Saturday for
Mhm.
about 2.5 hours or so, and it was it was challenging there after a
I
while.
imagine all that getting down your throat.
Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff going on. You're live on local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. Fox News is now, and at 10 o'clock this morning is another dose of the Daily D's with Rick Dees. He'll hand it off at 3 o'clock this afternoon to the man, the one and the only Hollywood man at 3 this afternoon. Have a good